Hey, Shalom Akim. This is Brother Gabar Allah coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught me this truth and that do rule well. May Yahweh Shem Shai continue to give you more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and faith to push on in this truth. And the same goes on down to the rank and file, the Akim and the few Akwaf that are out there playing their role in Yahweh Shai's ministry. Also, Kwame Asha'Allah and Abad the Ball. So, I found a video that was posted in the chat by my brother. And the title of the video is, Why Can't People See the Signs that the End is Near? And the channel is called A Call for an Uprising. And what this person goes on to say, and the person who made this video, he voices his concerns about why can't people see the signs that the end is near, you know, and he sounds kind of worried, he sounds kind of perplexed, and he also goes into how social media and the media in general, mainstream media, it's like how he's basically stating that they are desensitizing the average person to get used to anything that is wicked, and he goes mostly into how the media is making it look cool to be a cannibalism, or to be a cannibal, not cannibalism, to be a cannibal. All right, and he also shows, you know, different occultic signs that are being displayed on the television, on, you know, through the internet, and he's basically exposing how the people who run the society, they're Satanists, but he sounds like he's more concerned, and he's worried. But there's a reason why people can't see, especially our people, because that's who it first starts with, and that's where judgment is going to start first. When you go into 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17, judgment will begin at the house of Israel. I'm going to actually get that. So 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? So yeah, that's where judgment is, and just proves also that a lot of our people are not going to get this truth, because why would the Lord judge you? The only reason why the Lord is going to judge you is because you're doing the wrong thing. So that proves that a majority of our people, they ain't going to be doing the right things in the last days, which means they ain't going to see the signs, and they're not going to care about it. But that's all by design by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because there's a select few that are supposed to get this word. So this is Isaiah chapter 6 verse 10. Make the heart of this people fat. And you know, the heart is going into your mind, your lob. All right, let's actually pull that up. Oh, yeah, that's right, lob, right? Let's get it. That's your mind. So inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding, inner part, midst, heart of man, soul, heart, your spirit too. Could be because that's where your spirit rests. It rests in your mind and your pineal gland, right? Okay, in your head, your crown, so that it can go into your spirit too. Some people's spirit will just, your spirit, some Israelite spirits will just be like, no, I'm not going to follow this truth. Mind, knowledge, thinking, reflection, memory, inclination, resolution, determination. That's right, because our people are not determined to do the right thing. They're determined to do the wicked things of the flesh. That's why a lot of our people, they're determined, you know, it's all about making money. You know, it's all about making money. When your money is being devalued by a second, which proves you don't understand money. But that's another topic for another time. It's just conscience. Yeah, that's right. Our people are like mindless beasts out here. They don't have a conscience. They don't reflect. They don't think. They don't consider if they're doing anything wrong. Matter of fact, there's a precept. My people doth not consider. I believe there's a precept. believe it says consider. Remember that on top of my head. They don't consider. Here we go. So this is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Yeah, they don't consider in their mind. They don't care. Right? And the Lord, he compared you to the two dumbest animals, man. And even the dumbest animals, they know who their master is. And these animals, all they do is just eat grass and make noises and grunt. But you people, you're supposed to, you human beings, you're supposed to be complex. You're supposed to be complex. Your mind is supposed to be, multi-dimensional, just for a lack of better words. You're supposed to have cognitive abilities, right? But you don't, man, because the Lord, he had to compare you to the two dumbest animals, right? So that shows a lot. That shows a lot. Now let me read on. It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. And that also proves that this society that we live in, starting with you Israelites, because you live in it, it's just going backwards. It's not actually being progressive. A lot of people think, because we're in the year 2020, that things are going to be a lot more progressive, when they're really not. You're going backwards. The earth is getting worse. The people's minds are waxing worse. So let's go back. Now, there's something I want to bring out here, because it says, make the heart of this people fat. So there's a term out in the world called a fathead. Okay, you people are fatheads, man. It sounds very childish, but it really hits the point, because the Lord, he calls you fatheads. And I looked up the term. What does fathead mean?
Fathead.
Fathead. So it means a stupid person. You're a fathead who doesn't understand a joke. And our people, they are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They don't understand. And it just shows you're a fathead and you're stupid, man. Stupid. Okay? You're stupid. And that's okay, because the Lord, he designed you that way. Not everybody's going to get this truth, and that's okay. That's not to mock anybody. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. If you don't, you don't. Hosea 4 and 6. Let's get that. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. And that's the point. That's another reason why. The reason why you're stupid and you lack knowledge is because you rejected knowledge. See how those two things correlate with each other? If it only makes sense. If you reject knowledge, okay, then that means knowledge will reject you. And that knowledge is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And that's why he made you that way. Remember, the scriptures thus say that the Lord is a power of knowledge. Okay, so it's talking about the Lord. You don't know the Lord. And that's why you're a fathead to this day. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy father, of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And you forgot. And that's another definition that came up in heart or lob here. It says mind, knowledge, thinking, reflection, memory. Right? And you fall short. You have selective memory. That's why you forget. And that's something with our people. They know they're doing the wrong thing, but they choose and pick what they want to follow and what they want to do. That's why a lot of our people, when they go off, guess where they go? They go to the church, thinking that they're going to serve God, and they sing songs on Sunday, thinking that they got some type of redemption, or they can be redeemed from doing that. But then they repeat the same cycle the day after they finish church. Through the whole week, they're a damn demon, man. Shows that you forgot the Lord and you have selective memory. And that's why the Lord has rejected you, man, because you're a bunch of hypocrites. Our people are a bunch of hypocrites, man. Bunch of goddamn hypocrites. So let me go back and finish this. It says here, it says, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy. That's right, your ears are dull. You can't hear. You can't listen spiritually and even physically. You're deaf. That's why a majority of our people, when we're on the corner and we start reading, They either walk past or they clown or they try to punk us and talk garbage, talk all that nonsense. 2 weeks ago, we had these people who they know that we come to that spot. They've been seeing us there for 8 years. Plus, we've been there longer than 8 years, right? They see us there 8 years, nonstop. And the only time, the one time that the Lord convicted them to come over, and to really like listen to what we were saying, they used that opportunity to scoff. They ended up calling us clowns, and they said, "Oh, don't read the scripture. We want to hear your thoughts." And that also proves that the Lord, He has made your ears heavy, because they didn't want to hear what we had to say. They didn't want to hear what the scriptures had to say, They didn't want to hear that. They wanted to come up and cause dissension and confusion, man. That's why our people, you ain't going to make it. Majority of you going to die, man. You ain't going to make it, man. And shut their eyes lest they see with their eyes. That's right. You can't see physically and spiritually. Right? You can't see. You can't see the people that the Lord put in front of you are the right people. You can't see that the signs are coming. And by the way, another sign that we're at the end is when the prophets are coming out. And a lot of people can't see that. That's why they call us clowns. They call us bums. Call us losers. Right? Actually, let me get that. Jeremiah 28:8. It's a badass scripture here. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and the great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh Shem Yahushai hath truly sent him. That's right. The prophets are sent now. Okay, and the word is coming to pass. What they're prophesying through the scriptures is coming to pass. But still, a lot of you people can't see that. You're at the end. Right? So it says, lest they see with their eyes, back in Isaiah 6:10, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed, which a majority of our people aren't. The only people that are going to be converted and healed are the elect, 144,000, the ones that are chosen by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? That's who's going to be chosen. And that's who's going to understand the signs. Like when we see these things, we actually get happy. We don't get concerned. We get happy. That means we know that the Lord is coming back. And, our kingdom is almost here. We have great things to look forward to. So this is Luke chapter 21, verse 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, and who's the master here? The master is Yahweh Shai. And you're allowed to address somebody that is above you as a master. Especially if they're better than you and they know more than you. And a lot of men have a problem with admitting that there's certain men who are just better than you, man. And who have a heavier spirit. Okay? Than you. So guess what? Why don't you join them, man? Why don't you join them? Why don't you learn from them? You're going to learn a lot. You're going to get better yourself. So that's how you get good. Don't they tell you, don't these people of the world, these top businessmen, these top entrepreneurs, these millionaires, billionaires, do you know what they say? They say, if you want to become a billionaire, you got to hang out with billionaires. You got to hang out with people who are better than you, right? It's like if you want to go pro, right? Let's say you want to get to the NBA. You don't train with an amateur. You train with a professional who's been there. He's better than you, all right? You train with that guy, okay? You train with a master, okay? But when shall these things be? And by the way, the masters of today are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay? Because that's who set them up. All right? So it says, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And that's what they're asking, okay? They're asking, okay, how will we know when you're going to return? What should we look out for? And what should we do? Right? What should we do? And he's going to tell them. So it goes, verse 8. And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived. All right? So that's another key indicator. Be not deceived. And a lot of people, that's another reason why people can't see the signs that the end is near, is because they're deceived. They're tricked. And we already read it. The Lord made them deceive first and foremost. Actually, you shall deceive the very elect. Spelled that wrong. Deceive the very elect. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Yahushais and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If it were possible. And there's going to be many close calls for the elect. Right? Even though the elect is going to get it, there are going to be things that may throw them off guard for a moment, but they'll bounce back. So that even applies to people who are in the truth as well. You have to learn how to filter things through the scriptures as well. Learn how so you don't become deceived. And that also proves that this truth, this faith, it ain't easy. It ain't a smooth ride. There's going to be a lot of turbulence. So now let me go back to what I was reading. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushai, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. So that's what you're supposed to do. If you see these things happening, don't get dismayed by it. Don't get pressured into following after it. Stay away from it, so you don't become deceived. Verse 9, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And we don't get shaken up by this. We actually clap. I get happy when I see things like that, wars and commotions, and when people become terrified like the coronavirus. I was happy about that. You know what I did that day, that weekend? When I found out, I got a bottle of gin and I took some shots, man. I was happy. I was happy about that. For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So this must come to pass. It must. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Now that's another key word, signs. Let's get that in the Greek. Let's get that word signs.
Strong's G, 4592, Semayon.
Semayon, right? In the Greek, it says miracle, wonder, token. A sign, a mark, a token, that by which a person or thing is distinguished from others and is known. A sign, prodigy, portent, an unusual occurrence. Yeah, an unusual occurrence like blood moons, super blue moons, right? Pestilences, like for the past 4 years, you had a serious case of locust swarms attacking crops in Africa and different parts of the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia. That's been happening, and it's been occurring a lot more, and that's unusual, especially within a 4-year span. Man, you're not supposed to have that much coming out. I believe this year's locust attack in I believe it was in Somalia, Eritrea, Saudi Arabia, and other, I believe Kenya. They said that was the worst locust swarm of the decade, right? So that's an unusual occurrence. Okay, it says transcending the common course of nature. Yeah, you're having all these storms, these hurricanes happening one after the other. You're having earthquakes. That's not common. And when I asked old people, because I talk to older people, right? I asked them questions about things that happened, back in the 50s, back in 60s, 70s. I asked them, did you see the world in this type of state that it is now? And they're like, no, I've never seen this stuff before. This is not normal. So this shows you that it's transcending the common course of nature. Nature itself is changing, man. And that's a sign that the Lord is coming back. of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen. And that shows that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to come back real soon. He's going to make his big debut, and he's going to crack them skies. And then he's going to lay a beat down. That's a sign that the Lord is going to come back, and he's going to destroy this place. Of miracles and wonders by which the Most High authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is the Most High's. And that's why you have the prophets out here as well. That's another sign that the Lord is coming back. When you have his men out in the corner, that's why we read Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. That's a clear sign, because now the prophets, what they're set up to do is to prophesy against his kingdom. And when the prophets come out, that's not a good sign. That means a kingdom is about to fall. Right? And why can't people see the signs that the end is near? Is because the Lord did it. The Lord likes it that way, and he's a king of controversy. And it shows that this truth is precious. It's like fine gold, honey, milk. It's like fine pure water. That's what it's compared to. Okay. Now should we be concerned if people can't see the signs that the end is near? Hell no, we shouldn't be concerned. We should be happy. We should be happy. We shouldn't care. If you can't get it, I don't give a damn if you don't get it. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. If my aunt can't get it, my mom can't get it, that's on them. I can't do nothing about that. I love you, but I can't do nothing about it. If my sister can't get it, oh well, that's your problem. My girlfriend can't get it, fuck you. I don't care. So it says, 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 1, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of the prophecy, which I will put in my mouth, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's right. And who's going to bring out the prophecy? The prophets. And by the way, it means that all that word means is just to say it before it happens. Say things before. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's what we're doing. We're reading the things that are written in paper. And we even have it in an electronic form now, which is in our phone, which is still written. And that's what we're reading from. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And incredulity means unbelief, lack of faith. And you know, a lot of people come up and they imagine us dead. They imagine us as whatever they think in their carnal little mind, their little carnal mind. Let not the unbelief of them trouble thee, and we don't let that trouble us. We don't care. We actually accept it, and we just see that prophecy just has to be fulfilled. That speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So that's their lot. The people who do not believe, they're gonna die in their lack of faith. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So all these things are bad. These plagues are all bad. And these plagues are for the unfaithful. So you're going to get a sword. You're going to get shot up by guns. You're going to die of starvation. You're just going to die, literally, because a lot of men, when the Lord comes back, they're going to get heart attacks. They're just going to die from their heart exploding. And destruction, nuclear destruction. That's what you're going to get, nuclear destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And that's why people can't see, because their wickedness is fulfilled. They're so blind, they're so wicked that they've become blind. They can't see what's in front of them. Right? That's good. So it says, therefore saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Yeah, they profanely commit, because the things that they say is outside the temple. And they're truly among the profane, man. Okay, you people that don't believe in this truth, you're among the profane, outside the temple. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Yeah, we complain every day about seeing you people prosper in your wickedness and in your ignorance, man. Right? We do. But anyway, that proves a point. So I could go on, but for the sake of time, I'm going to cut it short. So I hope you were edified. Until next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor to unto Yahweh Shem Yoshai, Baal Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Grey Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. And much love unto the Akim that's out there pushing this truth and sincerity. Until next time, Kwam Yasha Allah and a Baba Ball. Shalom.